हेलो फ्रेंड्स। आज मैं आपको एमसीक्यू दिखाने जा रहा हूँ। जनरल इलेक्टिव पॉलिटिकल साइंस, इंडियन पॉलिटिक, और इसमें कुछ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर की पॉलिटिक भी है। आप जनरल इलेक्टिव पॉलिटिकल साइंस और किसी भी पॉलिटिकल साइंस में ये ऑब्जेक्टिव पढ़ सकते हैं। इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है इसमें। हमारा पहला जो यूनिट है द कॉन्स्टिट्यूंट असेंबली, उसके बारे में हम एमसीक्यू पढ़ेंगे। Who was the de facto Prime Minister at the time of evaluation of the Indian Constituent Assembly? Answer: Jawaharlal Nehru. Who boycotted the Indian Constituent Assembly? Muslim League. In the Constituent Assembly, which parties were members? Congress, Muslim League, Unionist Muslim, Unionist SC, Krishak Puja, Sikhs, Communist, Independents. Next. Which party said that Indian Constituent Assembly does not have a full representative character? Answer: Muslim League. After independence, who decided to determine the future constitution of India? Constituent Assembly. Next, whom the Indian Constituent Assembly represented? Fully representative of the state and provinces in India. Through which offer the British government authorities supported a Constituent Assembly for making the Indian Constitution. August offer. Who supported the views of the Constituent Assembly for making the Indian Constitution? Gandhiji. Which party supported formation of Constituent Assembly? Congress. When did Constituent Assembly adopt a national flag? 22nd July 1947. Did the Constituent Assembly exist at the time of independence? Yes. Who was the last British Governor General who addressed the Constituent Assembly? Lord Mountbatten. When did Constituent Assembly pass a resolution for translation of the Constitution into Hindi and other language? 17 September 1949. What was the last session of the Constituent Assembly? 12th session. When was the last 12th session of the Constituent Assembly held? 24 January 1950. For how many time did the Constituent Assembly work on the Constitution of India? 2 years, 11 months and 19 days. Very important question. How many articles and schedules were in first draft of Constitution presented by drafting committee to the Constituent Assembly? 315 articles and 8 schedules. In the final form of the Constitution adopted by the Constituent Assembly, total article and schedule 395 article and 8 schedule. Expenditure made by the Constituent Assembly while framing the Constitution of India, rupees 63,96,729. When was the first draft of the Constitution of India proposed? October 1947. Who prepared the first draft Constitution of India? Advisory branch of the Constituent Assembly. Chairman of the Draft Committee of the Constituent Assembly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Draft Constitution submitted to the President of the Constituent Assembly, 21st February 1948. Second reading of the Constitution completed in the Constituent Assembly, third reading. When was the Constitution India adopted by the Constituent Assembly? 26th November 1949. When were the election to the Constituent Assembly held? July 1946. In the Constituent Assembly, how many seats were got by the Congress? 205 seats. Seats obtained by Muslim League in the Constituent Assembly, 73. Seats by other parties, 14. Total members were elected in the Constituent Assembly, 292. When did Constituent Assembly adopt National Anthem? 24 January 1950. The first session of the Constituent Assembly was held in New Delhi. Who was the Speaker of Constituent Assembly? J.V. Mawalwankar. Now, next topic is preamble. This is our preamble. Now, these are our objectives. Till now, the preamble of Constitution of India has been amended for how many times? once. India is a secular state and it is explicitly proclaimed in preamble. The preamble of Constitution of India is a part of Constitution. How many times the word secular appears in our Constitution? Two times. The Constitution of India borrowed the scheme of Indian Federation from the Constitution of Canada. The inspiration of liberty, equality, and fraternity was derived from French Revolution. Next question. The Indian Constitution has borrowed the idea of preamble from Constitution of USA. Secularism means a system of political and social philosophy that does not favor any particular religious faith. In a federal state, states are more powerful than the center. The words socialist, secular, and unity and integrity of the nation were added to our constitution by 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. India is a democratic republic because the head of state is elected by the people. The preamble of our constitution contains the spirit of the constitution. The Constituent Assembly adopted the constitution on 26 November 1949. The Amendment Act amended the preamble. 42nd Amendment. The preamble of Indian Constitution is based on objective resolution. The term "we" in preamble means the people of India. The idea of justice, social, economic, and political mentioned in the preamble has been taken from Russian Revolution. The three words liberty, equality, and fraternity mentioned in our preamble have been taken from French Revolution. Described as soul of the Constitution. Preamble. The preamble to Indian Constitution includes all except adult franchise. Who called Indian preamble as identity card of the Constitution? N. Palkwila. Our next topic is fundamental rights. These are from Article 12 to Article 35. Article 12 definition. Article 13 laws inconsistent with or in derogation of the fundamental right. Right to equality from Article 14 to 18. These are all the definition of these articles. Right to freedom from 19 to 22. Right against exploitation. Article 23 to 24. Right to freedom of religion. Article 25 to 28. Cultural and educational right. Article 29 and Article 30. Saying of certain laws. Article 31A, 31B, 31C. Right to constitutional remedies. Article 32, 33, 34, 35. Some objective from fundamental rights. Fundamental rights have no value without right to constitutional remedies. Who headed the committee appointed by Constituent Assembly to finalize the fundamental right of Indian citizen? Sardar Patel. The fundamental rights of Indian Constitution are enshrined in Part 3 of the Constitution. Which fundamental right of Indian Constitution has been deleted by 44th Amendment Fundamental Act? 44th Amendment Act. Right to property. The Constitution guarantees that all citizens will be equal before law. It is provided in Article 14 of Indian Constitution. Court issue for enforcement of fundamental right. A writ. The fundamental right in one constitution are inspired in our constitution inspired by the Constitution, United States of America. Right to property was removed from the list of fundamental rights during the rule of Maharaja Desai government. The writ for the enforcement of fundamental rights are issued by the Supreme Court. Right to education become fundamental right on April 1st, 2010. In what ways the fundamental right can be suspended time of national emergency? This is part first. For part second, subscribe and like. Also share this video with your friends. In part second, I will discuss fundamental duties with definition and objective and directive principle of state policy and so many.